Okay, I need to address something. Now, I don't have a problem with the new intro. I think it's fine. There's more glim glam. We've got Ember and Steve and Sassy representing. That's all fucking stupendous. No, what I'm scratching my head over is something so fucking minor that it took me 8 episodes to notice it, and yet it became nothing short of baffling when I stopped to think about it. What is up with this picture? I know we're doing the friendship school thing and this is supposed to be a class photo, but we know this definitely isn't the entire student body of the school. Now you're probably thinking like, dude, this is just a shot for the intro that's meant to convey the idea of a friendship school. And I'm like, yeah, that part makes sense. But this is also the actual photo they took at the end of the season premiere, so I keep trying to imagine Twilight's in-universe rationale for this particular assortment of students, and every time I do, all I can figure is that her logic for this photo was the same as the show staff's logic for the photo. She was like, okay girls, let's put ourselves front and center here, elements of harmony, that'll be great for marketing this thing, then let's get these minorities in the middle here right behind us, excellent for publicity, and we just need a few more students to fill in the gaps back there, and bam, that looks like a fucking friendship school, doesn't it? This photo is a promo shot, both in our reality and in the show's universe. That shit's fucking deep, right? It's almost like you can overanalyze anything and make semi-profound sounding assertions by playing up and then tenuously connecting insignificant details. But why would you waste your time?
You can call them smells, but I call them essence.
So, Sunburst's like,
why am I yelling?
Well, dude, it's because you're fucking ecstatic. You and Glimmy Glam get to go on your first friendship map mission together, and where should it take you but back where the madness all started? Oh, so there's this part where Spike offers to give Sunburst some advice because he's, quote, been on his fair share of missions, and Twi's like, you've only been on one, dude, to which Spike replies,
and that's my fair share.
The only way I can interpret this is that Spike is bluntly acknowledging his own insignificance. He's just like, yeah, I've only been on one mission, but hey, I mean, that's my fair share, right? Wouldn't want to give me too much time in the spotlight. Anyway, Glamour's like, man, it's not that I don't want to go home. I just fucking hate my dad. He treats me like I'm still a kid or something. Well, I mean, you are still his kid. Yeah, but how am I supposed to show everyone what a mature adult I am if my dad just, like, won't leave me alone? God. Yeah, I get what you're saying. My mom's so annoying. She's always trying to make me, like, do stuff or whatever. What a bitch. Oh my god, right? So they get back home and we meet Glim Dad. And the moment I saw him, I had 2 thoughts. First of all, he dresses snappy as fuck. And more importantly, now we know where Starlight gets her noticeably off-center hairline and concealing comb-over technique. Anyway, he's stoked to see his snuggy-wuggy, sugar lumpy, pumpky-wumpky Glimmykins. But Glamour's like, oh my god, Dad, why do you have to be so embarrassing? I'm a big girl now. Oh my, who is this tasty little morsel right here? Hey Sunburst, you never told me you had a sister.
Our village needs the same thing you do, Sunburst. A clear plan for the future.
Oh god, wait, no, she's just like my mom. Never mind. Ew, gross. You guys can have your fucking MILF threads or whatever, but I'm out of this one. Sorry. Peace. So, Glim Dad and Burst Mom, aka Stellar Flare, or Stella as I call her, are having a little bourgeois beef here because she wants to get rich by turning the town into a mall and he wants to keep the peasants out. And Stella's like, don't you know how much cash we could funnel into our pockets by setting up a retail strip in a gated community like this? The exclusivity will practically do the marketing for us and we'll have businesses competing for real estate and customers competing to get in. Yeah, and who's gonna work at all those shops? Filthy mud ponies and zebras. Next thing you know, they'll be building a low-income housing outside the town walls, which will be covered in graffiti, by the way. God damn it, Dad, my friend Maud is a filthy mud pony, and I find that fucking offensive.
Sorry, chipmunk cheeks.
And Sunburst's like, okay, this is obviously the friendship problem. We fix the shit as fast as we can and then we mash. So, Sunburst convinces his mom that making more money by exploiting the proletariat won't fill the gaping void left in her soul and her cooch since his father died, and Glimmy convinces her dad that mud ponies are people too. They make up and suck each other off a little, and these guys are like, okay, sounds good. See you guys at Heartswarming. Don't you want to stay for a minute and catch up? We would love to, but oh no, look at my leg. I have a compound fracture. Better get to the hospital. See ya. Yeah, unfortunately, they have to stay because the taillights won't turn on, but on the plus side, we get to see this. Oh, Starlight. Now, I've seen some people saying this shit looks emo, but no. See, we've got too many skulls and horns going on for emo. Then we got some chains up here and this eyeball and these crystals. It's a grimy, alchemical horror aesthetic combined with guitars and leather straps, and I know exactly what that combination entails. You were slamming that black metal, weren't you, Glimmy? Oh, sure, if anyone brings it up now, you're like, yeah, I used to like that stuff back when I was a kid, but no, that was your shit back in the day. You were up there in your room after school in your leather boots and bands, face all painted up, screeching your lungs out and banging your head over those blast beats. You can't fucking lie to me, dude. You can fool everyone else, but I've been there and I can read this shit like a fucking book. Anyway, while Glindadd's trying to convince Starlight to wear the traditional garb of their people, Stellar Stella here takes her son to meet these chicks, and this one's like, oh, hello, Sunburst. We all think you're really cute and would love to date you, but we can't decide who gets to go first. Won't you help us? Mom, do you think I'm retarded? Well, you're 32 and you still haven't gotten your dick wet, so I figured it's a possibility. Sorry for trying to help. The only fucking I want right now is for you to fuck off. Then Sunburst realizes that this whole fucking mess with their parents is the friendship problem, and Glimglam's like,
Why couldn't we have been sent to stop a war or something?
so Starlight would rather there be some kind of massive international conflict full of bloodshed and death than deal with her own interpersonal problems. You know, I always hear people complaining about the ponies being out of character for whatever reason, and I always think it's bullshit, but I gotta say, this has to be one of the most in-character things I've ever heard. So, they try to talk about it, the kids end up throwing a fit, the parents turn up the guilt, and hooray, everyone's mad, and Glimmy's like, okay, so the problem is that we think our parents are annoying, and they treat us like idiots. Yeah, pretty much. That's not a fucking friendship problem, that's just every parent-child relationship. Yeah, but the map says it is. Fuck the map! Not only did it make us do a 2-for-1, the second problem isn't even a problem, it's just part of life. Well, life does feel like one giant problem sometimes. Yeah, and there's an easy solution for it, but I'm not trying to go that far yet. I'm calling shenanigans, this is bullshit, and there's only one way to fight bullshit. So, they both go get their respective parents, and they're like, listen, if we don't come to some kind of resolution here, this mission's never gonna end. You don't want that, and we don't want that, so let's just do what we do at dinner parties and act like reasonable people. Sorry, we yelled at you guys. We just got carried away, and you are totally not smothering pains in the ass. Yes, and we're sorry for being so overbearing, and you are totally not difficult, ungrateful children. Fucking got it! Suck my dick, friendship map. Anyway, we're out. See you guys at Hearthswarming. Don't expect gifts.